This is my greetings card for 2020, which I've started out by drawing in pencil on a sketch pad, and then photographing it onto my iPad, putting it into Procreate, and then I'm doing the line work on Procreate. So I'm doing the black line work here. I'm outlining all the line work. Starting off with this weird kind of trumpet nose thing that I've drawn in the middle here, the star of the show, and yeah, there you go. I'm doing all these bits and pieces in black line. I mean, I kind of liked him. I mean, after I'd done him, I realised he looked a bit like those kind of weird little trumpety things you get in Bosch paintings. I mean, I was always fascinated in Bosch when I was a teenager. Used to pore over Bosch pictures. I mean, and probably I was influenced by it. I don't know, but anyway, what I usually do is just doodle around until I get stuff that I like. Generally, I tend in the evenings I tend to sit there. After I've done a day's painting, because I usually start fairly early, and then when I've done a day's painting, I sit there, try and relax, watch a bit of telly, which is usually pretty boring, or sometimes I listen to music, and I mean I listen to music while I'm painting usually. So I sit there and watch the telly, and then I have my sketch pad and I draw. I sort of doodle away on my sketch pad. Sometimes I draw things, like dead birds and stuff like that I've found. Just draw them from life on my sketch pad. Sometimes I even draw myself, although I've broken my mirror at the moment, so I need a new mirror is what I need, and then I can draw myself again as I've become more interesting since the last time I drew myself. I mean, more interesting in that I seem to look many years older than I did the last time, but and that of course we all get more interesting as we get older, and I mean, yeah, I love drawing people, and at the moment I've only got me or my wife, Jane. She doesn't like sitting and being drawn. So it's going to have to be me if I do it again. I mean, I think in the next, probably next year, we'll be able to get back to normal things like life drawing. I do life drawing once a week. I mean, which is just great. It's great for practice, and it's great because there's a sort of camaraderie of all the artists all doing their own thing, and it's one of those things where you sit drawing someone, and the interesting thing is that everybody's drawings are different. I mean, it's just, everybody's drawings show their personality. I mean, there's nothing more interesting than that, really. And the human body, you can never crack it. It's like portraits. You draw a portrait and you think, I've got it. After many, many tries, you finally find something you like, and then the next time you sit down and think, I got it last time, and you're still at the beginning. And it's the same with the human body. Every time you do it, you mess up, and if you're lucky, occasionally you get it right, and when it goes right, it looks really good. And but the most important thing is to study. You study structure when you're life drawing. And anyway, I'm continuing here in this picture, putting in the black line on a separate layer on Procreate. And the iPad's a weird thing to draw on. I mean, I've got one of the pencils, the iPad pencil thing, It costs a fortune, and the trouble is the surface is really slippery, whereas when you got paper, it's got some tooth to it. So cartridge paper is fantastic to draw on, or watercolor paper. It's fantastic to draw on, but on the iPad it's slippery. You've got to be very. You can't lean your hand on it and do a curve like you can on paper. Oh, it looks like I've nearly finished this bit. Oh no, that bit I've just put in, that has to go, obviously, yep. Right, so where am I now? Oh yeah, I've started to colour in. Colouring in on Procreate is great. Because you've got the colour wheel, you can put in lots and lots of subtle colours, and as you can see, I'm one for subtle colours. So I duplicate the layer I duplicate the line layer, and then I colour that layer, so that I've still got the line layer if this one messes up. But I do occasionally save stuff as I go along on Procreate. You can save it on PSD, on a Photoshop file, because you never know when you mess it up completely and something goes wrong. You have to keep it. Oh yeah, I'm doing this King Vulture thing, which was something I was painting in the last painting I did. Alright, let's see. Oh yeah, there's the trumpet nose thing. There you go. And one of my little birds pitching on his trumpet nose. Also a little mouse down there. The greeting stuff. And now I'm going to start doing this kind of cellular dot stuff in yellow on the green behind the greetings, just because the green behind the greetings doesn't look very interesting. I've been doing this cellular kind of dot stuff ever since I was 18, I think, and I just like the way it breaks it up. Because the stuff, you've got lots of different effects on Procreate, but most of them are pretty cheesy and pretty obvious. Although I like to do the paint throwing stuff, when the paint splatter stuff, because that's a bit more random. But most of it looks a bit cheesy. Anyway, yep, there you are. I shorten the sequence on the dot things because it gets a bit boring watching that going in, and now I'm doing this greeny squiggle on the yellow background. Whoops, a mistake, that has to go. There you go, it's gone. Quite often do mistakes by trying to by touching it with your finger, and then you get a mark. Okay, more squiggly dotty stuff in green there on that one. It's kind of looking good. I kind of like it. Okay, a bit more squiggly greeny stuff to go, I would think. Oh yeah, there you go. Down the side. Middle right. Yep. Dots and squiggles. And then the background colour. I think in the end I'll leave it plain, although I'm messing around. You can see this rubbish bit I'm putting here. That has to go. And then a bit looking out the window, drawing what I see when I look out the window of my studio. That'll have to go as well.